झालं सुरू. हा सर आले नाव आले मुलांची नाव यायला लागले. Dear students, good morning to all of you. Good morning. Be ready for today's lecture. Place your textbook of Science 1 in front of you. Place your textbook of Science 1 in front of you and stay there where you will get good internet connectivity at your home. Go there where you will get good internet connectivity, so you can listen and you can see this video, you can see this lecture clearly. So stay there. Okay. Good morning to all of you. Kankshini, Divyesh Patil, Mayur, Karan Marathe. Okay. Dear students, now from today we are going to learn a new lesson of a Science 1, and that is lesson number 6, and lesson number 6 is refraction of a light. In this lecture we are going to see some basic properties of light. Out of that you already studied one property, that is reflection of a light, and now today in this lecture we are going to study another property, another phenomenon of a light, and that is refraction of a light. Then dear student, reflection of a light, this concept you already studied from 7th standard. In the 7th standard, in the 8th standard, in the 9th standard, you studied what is reflection of a light. And in the starting we are going to revise some part of reflection of light. What is reflection of light? So there are different properties of light, not only reflection and refraction. Again in the next standard, in the 11th standard, after 11 in the technical field, you will have to study another properties of light also. You studied reflection of light. Now we are going to study the refraction of light. In the next standard, in 11th standard, in 12th standard, in the college, you will have to study what is diffraction of light, what is diffraction, what is polarization of light. These are again different properties of light. Out of that you already studied reflection of light. Then what is reflection of light? That is when light ray incident on a reflecting surface. Imagine that this is a reflecting surface, just like a mirror. This is reflecting surface. And if this is a reflecting surface and this is a light ray which is inciding on the reflecting surface, then this light ray changes its direction like this. This change in direction, when light ray incident on a reflecting surface, this is called as a reflection of a light. Reflection of a light. What is reflection of light? I am repeating again. When light ray incident on a reflecting surface, just like a mirror, a surface having a shining, a surface which is reflecting, just like a mirror, and when that light rays incident on that mirror, that light ray changes its direction. That light ray goes in another direction. This change in direction, when light ray incident on the reflecting surface, that is called as a reflection of a light. This is called a reflection. And now this is, we can see in the figure. In this figure, this ray is called as the incident ray. incident ray, and this point at which that light ray is incident is called as a point of incidence. This is point of incidence. Point of incidence. And after reflection, that light ray goes in the another direction, and that ray is called as a reflected ray. Reflected ray. And at the point of incidence, if a normal is drawn, you know what is normal? Normal is a line which is perpendicular to the reflecting surface. In this figure, a line which is perpendicular at the point of incidence to the plane surface, to the plane reflecting surface, that is called as a normal. And in this figure, this is normal. This line is a normal. And you already studied this laws of reflection also. Laws of reflection. Similarly, in this lesson, we have to study laws of refraction. So, I am repeating this. Why I am repeating this topic of reflection that you already studied in 8 and 9 standard? Because if you know what is reflection of light, then to understand the refraction of light, it is very simple. To understand refraction of light will be very simple if you know what is reflection of light. And for that, in this figure, you can see clearly what is reflection of light. This is incident ray. At this point, it is inciding on the plane surface. This plane surface is shown just like a mirror. This point is called as the point of incidence. And after reflection, that light ray goes in the another direction. And this ray is called as a reflected ray. And a line which is drawn perpendicular at the point of incidence is called as a normal. This line is called as a normal. And then the laws of reflection that you already studied. What are that laws? First law of reflection of light is incident ray, reflected ray, and normal. They lie in the same plane. This is first law of reflection. Reflected ray, incident ray, and normal always lie in the same plane. What is second law of reflection? Second law of reflection is incident ray and reflected ray are always on the opposite side of the normal. They never on the same side of the normal. They are always on the opposite side of a normal. Opposite sides of a normal. And so keep this in mind. This is second law of reflection. And what is third law of reflection? Before third law of reflection, you must know what is angle of incidence and angle of reflection. What is angle of incidence and angle of reflection? And angle of incidence is this. It is shown by a small letter I. Angle of incidence. And what is angle of incidence? It is the angle between incident ray and this normal. The angle between incident ray and normal, this angle is called as the angle of incidence, and it is always shown by small I in case of a reflection of light. It is always shown by a letter small I. And another angle which is made in the reflection, this angle is called as the angle of reflection. It is denoted by R. Angle of reflection. Then you must know what is angle of reflection. It is the angle between normal and reflected angle of reflection. Dear student, you already studied all these concepts in the 7th standard, in the 8th standard and in the 9th standard, and these are very basic, very important basic concepts, and these concepts you will need in the next standards also. When you will go for the competitive exam, entrance exam in the different fields for different education, you must know these basic concepts, and so I am repeating this. And if you know the basic concept of this topic, then you can able to solve any question, any example related to this topic. So dear student, your basic of the subject must be very clear. Your basic of subject must be very clear. Okay, this is called as the angle of reflection, this is called as the angle of incidence. And on these angle of incidence and angle of reflection, what is third law of reflection? What is third law of reflection? And the third law of reflection is, in the reflection of a light, the angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. This is third law of reflection. These three laws are very important. Keep this in mind and don't forget in the future, because in the technical field for the subject physics, these concepts are very important. And so I am repeating again three laws of reflection. Then we will start what is refraction. First law of reflection is incident ray, normal and reflected ray are always lie in the same plane. What is second law of reflection? Incident ray and reflected ray are always on the opposite side of the normal. They are on the opposite side of the normal. And third law of reflection is angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. Means we can say in this figure, angle I is always equal to angle R. Angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. These are three basic laws of reflection of light that you already studied. And in this standard, in 10th standard, in the lesson number 6, our concept is what is refraction of a light. What is refraction of a light? And for that, dear friends, look at here. We know different transparent media, and we know another property of a light, that is light always can pass through a transparent medium. Transparent medium. What is meaning of a transparent medium? It is a medium through which we can see with our eyes. We can see through it. That is called as a transparent medium. For example, glass is a transparent. Glass is a transparent substance. So we can say that glass is a transparent medium. And another example of a non-transparent, and for that a word is there in English for non-transparent medium or non-transparent substance. What is a word in English? Tell me. This is a question for you. Which word is there in English for non-transparent medium, or we can say non-transparent substance? Tell me answer of this question, dear students. What is non-transparent substance word in English? That is, tell me. Yes, Vedant Neve, correct answer. Vedant. Opaque. Opaque substance. Opaque means a substance through which we cannot see. Why we cannot see? Because light cannot pass through it. Because light cannot pass. Divya Rajput, then Devyani Patil, Anil Gujarati, opaque. Opaque is a correct word. Opaque means non-transparent, through which light cannot pass. And there are different examples of opaque medium or opaque substances, just like a plastic, or we can say just like a wood, just like a wall, just like an iron sheet. Many examples are there of an opaque medium, and through that a light cannot pass, because it is basic property of a light. That property is light can pass only through transparent medium. This is the basic property of a light. And for the refraction, to study the refraction, we must know what is transparent medium, and for the refraction, one pair of transparent medium is necessary to observe what is refraction of a light. To study refraction of light, minimum one pair of a transparent medium is required. There are many transparent medium, just like that there are many opaque medium. Similarly, there are many transparent medium. I am giving some example of transparent medium. I am telling air is a transparent medium. Glass is a transparent medium. Water is a transparent medium through which light can pass. And dear student, for this refraction of light, we need transparent medium. A pair of a transparent medium. A pair means two mediums, transparent, just like a air glass, glass water, water glass, just like this. Then refraction of a light. What is refraction of light? When its definition, and dear student, if a definition is asked in the question paper, in the board exam, you must write that definition or a law in the same language which is given in our textbook. We must write rules, laws, definitions, principles. If a question is related with this concept, you must write the answer in the language which is given in our textbook. Don't write laws, principles and rules in our own language. Don't write. In our own language, we cannot write an answer of a question just like write a definition, write a law, write a rule, and so. What is a refraction? What is the definition of a refraction? So keep this in mind. When light rays travel from one transparent medium to another transparent medium, it changes its direction. And this change in direction, this property of a light to change in the direction when it enters from one transparent medium to another transparent medium, this change in the direction of a light is called as a refraction of a light. It is called as a refraction of a light, to change in the direction. When light changes in direction, when it passes from one transparent medium to another transparent medium. When it travels from one transparent medium to another transparent medium. The change in the direction of a light is called as a refraction of a light. Okay? Do you understand? Do you understand? How many mediums are required for the refraction? Tell me answer. How many mediums are required? How many mediums are required to observe refraction of a light? To observe the important property, that is refraction of a light. Okay, give me answer quickly. Give me answer quickly. Yes. Asauri Mahajam is giving correct answer. Minimum 2 mediums are required. And both mediums must be transparent mediums. Otherwise, light cannot pass. and if light cannot pass, we cannot see this property, that is refraction of a light. Yes, Vedant, a pair of transparent medium. Two mediums are required, but both mediums should be transparent mediums. And so we can see the refraction of a light. And in the short, can you give me answer? Do you understand what is refraction of light? Definition, only definition. Only definition. Then by using different diagrams, by using different pairs of mediums, we can actually do experiment. And refraction of a light, to study the refraction of light, this experiment is very important, and that you will see again in the laboratory. When school will start, you will have to perform this experiment related to the refraction of a light. Dear student, now this session is of 30 minutes. The time is over. So what we studied today? We studied what is reflection of light and only a definition of refraction of light. Only definition. So, dear student, this definition is given on page number 73 in our textbook. So, make a study of lesson number 6 on the page number 73, and then in the tomorrow's lecture we will take another concept or another basic points related with the refraction of a light. Do study, students. Thank you very much.